And welcome back to Zanpakuto Creation Series. From Yaji World, we have the question of what is Raven from Teen Titans DC Universe's Zanpakuto? I didn't even realize this Raven is a little see-through. Whatever. Because I'm just realizing I can see through it. That statement was about to be a little wrong. But the sword is visible through her image, if you can see there. But whatever, that's cool, that's fine. So Raven is one of those characters whose ability actually I think does tie into their Zanpakuto because it revolves around her soul self, the Raven, her abilities as an empath. I think I think it does play a factor here. So let's just get into it. It's a keto type Zanpakuto. I think any of us would have pinned her on that. It's the standard katana and it's sealed form. Now its release is Show Your True Colors. Black Raven Mirror, or Kuru Rebuzu or Rebunza Kagayame. Its Bankai is Raven Nest of Broken Mirrors, or Kawarata Kagame no Karasu no Su. Now, it's obviously the spirit of the Zanpakuto would almost certainly take the form of the Black Raven. Although instead of just like the glowing energy Raven she has, it does look like an actual Black Raven. Maybe something that even has like four eyes mirroring her father, Trigon. But in its released form, it doesn't change its shape. However, it is capable of producing the black energy-like effect that her standard ability has. She's releasing this almost psionic energy Ryatsu attack. But more importantly, what this energy ultimately is it's feeding off the emotional state of the environment. Not just her, not just her opponent, but the emotional state of like everything in the general vicinity. And the level of strength or how it's going to be perceived is going to change based on that. If it's positive energy coming in, the attack will remain keep its structure. It will stay solid. It will not break. If she were to create a shield, the shield will not break unless a stronger force meets it. It's not going to crumble easily. If she comes in for offense, she's going to have a much stronger, like, just overall attack. Where it's just going to look, what's the best way to put it? It's going to look not more powerful, although it will look more powerful, more solid, more structurally sound. And it will be just tougher. But if there's a lot of negative energy in there, it will probably end up actually having more power, but it's going to have less stability. So it's actually going to come off more like waves of like fire or like a crumbling energy. So it will still hurt. In fact, it's actually arguably stronger because negative energy usually kind of means like more power but less control. And so that's kind of the trade-off here. But ultimately, what the Bankai of this Zanpakuto is that, she goes Bankai. It just comes off like it expands like a big dome around them, and they're kind of stuck, similar to like what Tozen's Bankai does. And now while they're fighting, the effects are there, but it's different. She still has these energy effects, but that's no longer actually the real effect of the Bankai or the Zanpakuto. What the Zanpakuto actually is capable of doing is manipulating the emotional state of an opponent. And because of that, she can strengthen her sword's, base ability of the energy manipulation based on what she needs, but also she can actually manipulate her opponent's emotional state, which means she can make them frantic, sad, happy, euphoric, insanely angry, and she can basically get the jump on them because they might lose just control of what they're doing because they're not thinking things through anymore. But that does come at some risks. Now, for example, her Zanpakuto would still suck against energy absorption techniques. So examples like Ukitake's Zanpakuto would be no good against her. She'd be no good against that. She does have range with this Zanpakuto, which is good. But if, again, Ryatsu to Ryatsu, she can only do so much. Other than that, there really wouldn't be much in the way of weaknesses with the Zanpakuto, although it is also dependent on just what the environmental state is. just because the energy, the emotional energy of the environment is positive, doesn't mean it's going to be at its max capacity. It would take a lot of emotional energy around them to really get to that point. Same can be true for the negative energy side of things. Just because there's negative energy in the air doesn't mean it's just going to be on full blast for like fiery death energy. The reason for this is very simple. Uh, the energy in any room, any area, or any person is not one or the other. It's a mix usually. Um, so because of that, the ratio could very well be off. That's why like her emotional balance is so important for her, like just in the original series, because she needs to keep her emotions in check, otherwise her powers go out of control. In this case, her Zanpakuto would need a balance of emotions just to remain stable. Otherwise, it can be very difficult to control. Likewise, when someone is in the Bankai, someone who say is either like just emotionally dead or still knows how to control their emotional state, like who would be aware of what's going on, would still be a problematic opponent for her to deal with. So is it a powerful Zanpakuto? Absolutely. Is it an infallible Zanpakuto? As I always say, no, it's not infallible. But I digress. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.